The Quran is a unique style of language that cannot be replaced. This is known as the inimitability of the Quran. There are prophecies made in the Quran and by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, which has come to pass. The following are some facts found in the Quran. Number 1. Origin of life. Water is essential for all living things. We all know that water is vital to life. But the Quran makes a very unusual claim. We made every living thing from water. Will they not believe? In this verse, water is point out of origin of all life. All living things are made of cells. We now know that cells are mostly made up of water. For example, 80% of the cytoplasm, basic cells materials, of a standard animal cells in the described as water in biology textbooks. The fact that living things consist mostly of water was discovered only after invention of the microscope in desert of Arabia. The last thing someone would have guessed in that life came from water. Number 2 is iron. Iron is not natural to the earth. It did not form on the earth, but come down to earth from outer space. This may sound strange, but it's true. Scientists have found that billions of years ago, the earth was struck by meteorites. These meteorites were carrying iron from distant stars which had exploded. The Quran says the following on the origin of iron. We send down iron with its great inherent strength and its many benefits for humankind. God used the word sent down for iron. It is clear from the verse that iron is not an earthly material but was sent down for the benefit of humanity. The fact that iron come down to earth from outer space is something which could not be known by the primitive science of the 7th century. Number 3. Sky protection. The sky plays a crucial role in protecting the earth. The sky protects the earth from the lethal rays of the sun. If the sky did not exist, then the sun's radiation would have killed off all life on earth. It also acts like a blanket warp to protect it from the freezing cold of space. The temperature above the sky is approximately minus 270 Celsius. If the temperature was to reach Earth, then the planet would freeze over instantly. The sky also protects life on Earth by warming the surface through heat retention and regulating temperature extreme between day and night. There are some of many protective functions of the sky. The Quran asks us to consider the sky in the following verse. We made the sky a protective ceiling, and yet they are turning away from our sign. The Quran points the sky protection as a sign of God. The protective properties of the sky were discovered by scientific research concluded in the 20th century. Number 4. Mountain. The Quran draws our attention to a very important characteristic of mountain. Did we not make the earth a resting place and the mountain as stakes? The Quran indicates that mountains have deep roots by using the word stakes to describe them. In fact, mountains do have deep roots, and the word stakes is an accurate description for them. A book titled Earth by geophysics Frank Press explains that mountains are like stakes and are buried deep under the surface of the earth. Mount Everest, the height of which is approximately 9 km above ground, has a root deeper than 125 km. The fact that mountains have deep stakes like roots was not known until after development of the theory of plate tectonics in the beginning of 20th century. Number 5. Expanding universe. At a time when the science of astronomy was still primitive, the expansion of universe was described in the Quran, and it is we have built the universe with our creative power and keep expanding. The fact that universe is expanding was discovered in the last century. The physicist Stephen Hawking, in his book A Brief History of Time, writes, the discovery that the universe is expanding was one of great intellectual revolution of the 20th century. The Quran mentioned the expansion of the universe even before the invention of the telescope.